The Grey Man does whatever a Grey Man can. Can he make a comic feed? Yes, he can. He just did. Watch now, a video from Grey Man. A video from Grey Man.
Hey, beautiful people of the comics community, 'tis I, the Grey Man, here once again. I've got some comics to show you. I've bought a few bits and pieces here and there on Facebook, a little bit on eBay. I'm not sure I'm gonna do this all in one or cut it into two because I've got another package on the way, and I might be not nip into my LCS, so I'll probably have a look at the 50p bins while I'm there. So if I do, let's do this much today. Actually, no. Let's just cut it off where that celery. Let's just do this much. Right. So I've got a couple of stuff for 50p. I went to visit my brother and my nephews in Leicestershire. Picked up a box. My little nephew, well, he's my youngest nephew. I bought his first comic box, proper comic box, and I bought him some bags and boards as well, so he can sort of start off, keeping his comics right, which is not what I did when I was a kid. They never had bags and boards that I knew of when I was a kid, so mine just sort of sat in a pile and got larger and larger until it became many piles on shelves. I didn't start, when I did start bagging and boarding my comics, I didn't do it like religiously or anything, or have any particular system for it. I mean, I'd bung 5 or 6 comics into one bag, and so yeah, a bit of a not the best preserver of my comics in the world. So I'm trying to install some proper comic etiquette, some proper comic care into my nephew. So his comics will be in good condition forever, hopefully. Right, this came as like a little bag of 3 comics for £1, I think, and it's number 1 and number 2 of The Silencer. JPL was saying what a good series it was, so I thought I'd pick it up. Maybe I'll be able to pick up the rest for cheap as well, if quite possible. The New Age of Heroes. I've read a few of those New Age of Hero comics and I quite enjoyed them actually, but I know they didn't last very long. But I mean, I might try and see if I can pick them all up if I can get them cheap, Talking of JPL, he's not sure if you've seen on his Facebook, but he's saying he's walking away from YouTube. He's only going to be doing YouTube very, very, very rarely because he's so busy with his university and his marriage and all that, getting married. So I won't be seeing that much of JPL anymore, which is a shame. But yeah, he was the one who was talking about Silencer on his channel a few times, so that's one of the reasons I was quite eager to pick it up. I picked this one up for 50p, thinking it was part of the blinking New Age of Heroes run of Challenges of the Unknown, but it wasn't. It's the old DC Universe Presents from the New 52. I've already got this, so oops, never mind. I picked up Cemetery Beach number 1 for 50p last time I was in the Forbidden Planet in Leicestershire, and I saw number 2 and number 3 there for 50p as well, so I thought, why not pick them up, Right, I think this is something I picked up from one of the sellers on Facebook selling group that I'm on. There's some good old stuff to fill in runs in my field. That Facebook group, I'm getting a little bit annoyed with it now, as a couple of people have been mucking me around on there. Someone I've spent like, 30 quid on some comics, heard absolutely nothing from him, and I messaged him and said, look, what happened with these comics? He forgot. They were sitting in his house still, in a pile, so he's sending them out to me now, which is not good. And another guy, I got the comics, had a look at what I thought I was supposed to be getting, there's about 4 comics short. And I've messaged him, say, what happened to these other comics? Look at the thing here, in the chat window we've been talking about, these are the comics I've asked for, this is what you sent me. Nothing, not got back to me. All right, well, he got back to me, so I'll get back to you at the weekend. And the weekend is now 2 days ago. So I've messaged him again. Nothing. So yeah, it's a bit annoying. Right. One of the good sellers on there, he still mucks up every now and again. He sent me a comic I didn't order. But I'm assuming I paid for it, but I didn't order it. But anyway, I've managed to get a couple for my Ghost Rider run. Still a fair ways to go, but some nice lower numbers there, 5 and 6. And managed to complete a run as well. Finished off like 11, 12, right, and I've managed to complete my Invaders run. So these were the last ones that I needed for my Invaders run. So here's Invaders number 2, 16, 17. This one I've already got. This is the double that he sent me. What happened? I put down 17 and I looked at my list again, looked at the comics, so I already had 17. So I said, oh, don't send 17, I don't need 17. So he's either sent it to me for free by accident or he's charged me for a book I didn't want. I'm not too sure what the case is. But yeah, a bit annoying. 18. 19. 20. Nice cover with Union Jack front and centre there. 22. The original Human Torch and Toro. Flame on! Pretty bad nick, but doesn't matter. Got some spine roll. I think it was fairly cheap. Cheap enough anyway. 24. The first Fury-filled team-up of the Human Torch and the Savage Submariner. Right, number 29. The Teutonic Knight. Die, allied swine, at the hands of the Teutonic Knight. Now it can be told the almost origin of the invaders. It's quite a good cover. Right. Yeah, the Wizard. It's a good cover. It's another good cover actually. I like this one. It's full of action. He's running away. He's having flame thrown at him. They're giving chase, but they're not ready to catch up to the Wizard. Stop the Wizard! Only he knows the most important secret of World War II. They shouldn't be able to catch him because he's got super speed. But there's a lot of humour about the Wizard. Because, yeah, I don't know. I think it's a phrase, taking a whiz. I know in the UK people will say that, possibly in America as well. Taking a whiz means to urinate, and he's called the Wizard, and his costume is yellow. So yeah, there's all kinds of jokes about that, but I wouldn't make a joke like that myself, of course. My brain doesn't work that way. Right, number 37. Hasn't got a bag on board. I actually need to go and buy some bags and balls. That's why I'm going to visit my LCS soon. And say, while you're there, you've got to search through the 50p bins, isn't you? Right, another one from my Green Lantern run. It's a good cover. Alright, another Green Lantern. Got a Green Lantern, Green Arrow. And on the back as well, another one. I think I got these off of eBay. Yeah, that's right, these ones from eBay. There was someone putting a load of old GL on there, and they all went. I had a price that I was going to pay more than, and they all went for more than that. Apart from the later ones, there was like some really good old ones as well. I was quite one I was most eager to get was the first Black Hand because it's got a really cool cover with just half of Green Lantern. I've actually read a reprint of that one. I got a reprint of sort of that story, but I would just have liked to have owned the first one. But I wasn't going to go. I'm still unemployed. I'm not going to go crazy. I'm trying not to go crazy at all on comics because I know I'm only buying them to try and fill a gap in my life. But yeah. But I've got shortlisted for the job that I'm going for, so fingers crossed, touch wood, that I get that job. Right, another Green Lantern, Green Arrow. If I do get that job, it's quite a good job, and I'll have lots of money for buying new comics. Though not so much time to read them, of course, which is always the rub, isn't it? Right, Superman. Nice old Superman there. Number 214. I don't think this was actually in the run that I was trying to get together because I always have like a start for the run, end of the run, and I try and get all those ones. But this one was going for cheap, and it was one like a number before where I'm actually officially trying to start my run. But it was just a nice cover for a couple of quid. I wasn't going to leave it there, you know. But another cool Superman. Great cover. Superman flying above his own logo. Lovely blinking angled of the Superman logo there. I like that. I like that Superman logo. It's cool. Look at that lovely big old DC logo as well. Oh, price stamp. Wizard with the golden eye. You're not number one in our book anymore. We've got a new superhero in town. And Superman's trudging off. Sad. Sad that he's no longer loved by the townsfolk of Metropolis. Right. Oh, another cool one. Reader, help me. I can't hang on much longer. Save me from being pulled through the earth, or you will be next. Oh no. And he sees being... I was looking at it the other day, spaghettified. I think that's actually the correct phrase, spaghettified. What was I reading? I was reading another science thing on... Because, I can't remember what the phrase was now, but it's when you get caught in a black hole and you get sort of drawn out, like sucked into a black hole. But anyway, not the event horizon, but it'd be something to do with that. Well, that's what's happening there, it's getting spaghettified. Apparently it happens to planets as well when they go too close to a black hole or a sun implodes or whatever, and they get drawn out and sort of turn into spaghetti. Crazy. Anyway, that's it. I'll be back in a couple of days with some more comics. It'll actually be today, but I'll be put it on YouTube in a couple of days. Obviously, that's how I'm going to do it. And I was going to shout out another small channel actually. I did have one written down, but I've got my computer shut down now. It was one that was featured recently anyway. I was going to do this before, then I saw the guy was featured on Rod the Reekan's channel as well. Rod the Reekan did an interview with him. Something to do with some animal, a deer or something. Running Deer Publishing. So Running Deer Publishing, he's got some cool ideas about doing his own graphic novel. Sounds like he's a confident and capable chap. So, you know, if you want to be, you know, catch up with that, listen to what he's got to say about it, maybe getting on the ground floor if he ever gets it, you know, done, then he's only got a handful of followers at the moment. So, you know, go and give him a sub up. Help him out in the community. Give him a welcome to the community by going subbing his channel. That's Running Deer Publishing, and I'll put the link down here somewhere, or down here, or over there, or up there. So just click on it and go and follow him. And that's it. Cheers for watching, and may all your news be good news.
Green Man! 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 Holy YouTube video, Green Man!